Hello and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'll be making a satin bonnet, the ruffle satin bonnet. I have my fabric here folded into two, measuring 18 inches. So when you fold, it's 18 inches, and then I'm going to fold again into four. Now it has four folds, also measuring 18 inches. So initially I wanted a bonnet that is really big, so I wanted to go for a radius of 18 inches, but I later realized that the 18 was just too big for me, so I reduced it to 15 inches. So if you're following along, I will advise you mark 15 inches if you still want a big bonnet but not overly big. Mark round using 15 inches like I said. From the top, that's the folded end. That corner is the corner that is folded all through. So we're going to cut out. Also, if you notice that my setup has changed, I just moved to a new city and I am yet to settle, so we will just have to make do with this setup for now until I'm able to get a proper table. So we are going to place this now on another fabric, an Akara fabric here, and cut out the same thing. So the fabric is also 18 inches on fold, and then another fold still measuring 18 inches. So we're just going to place it, make sure the all folded part is also on the other, on the satin part. So the same way you folded the satin is the same way the Ankara is folded. So I'm cutting round, as you can see, following that same shape. So I went back again to reduce that 18 I was marking to 15 inches, like I mentioned in the beginning. So I'm marking 15 inches all around now, and then we are going to cut. Kindly subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and give this video a like. It's going to help the channel out. Thank you so much. So after marking 15 inches, as usual, we are going to cut out. I missed one part there, and I'm going to go back and correct it. You can see that I placed both the lining and the Ankara piece on top of each other so that I cut all at once. So after cutting, I opened it up. We're going to place the two pieces right side together and then go sew using half inch. So we're going to go sew round using half inch, but we'll leave a space of about 2 inches to turn it out when we are done. So once we get to this other end, like I mentioned, we're going to leave 2 inches. So I measure 2. You can make it more than 2, but 2 is just fine. Just enough to be able to turn the fabrics to the right side. So we're going to backstitch here. Next is time to notch. So using my scissors now, I am going to make tiny cuts all around this circular piece. You can see I'm making sure that my cut does not get to the seam line. You can also just notch out like this instead of just cutting straight. Either way it is going to work. It's a curved pattern, so this notching is going to help it relax when we are done. So next we are going to turn it out to the right side and then take it to the ironing table and give it a good press. After ironing, this is what we have. You can see that that hole is still there, so I'm using my chalk now to make a mark where it started and where it stopped. So next we're going to start marking 2 inches all around This is going to be the length of the ruffles. So you can make it 1 inch, you can make it 1.5. I wanted 2 inches. I don't like it when the ruffles are too short. So I marked 2 inches all around like so. So we're going to go so round and still leave that 2 inch space like that on this line. Next, we're going to mark another line which will be half inch. So from that 2 inches line, we're going to measure half inch in and mark all the way. So on this second line, we are going to sew all round. We're not leaving any opening again. So after sewing, this is what we have. I have my safety pin here. We're going to use that to pass the elastic through. I'm using a 1/4 inch elastic. You can just measure the elastic around your head to the point where it's comfortable and then cut out. I used about 17 inches length of elastic here. So using that hole now, I am passing the elastic through. I pinned the other edge to the fabric so it doesn't go all in. So we are going to pass it around until we get to this other end. So after passing the elastic, we are going to take it now to the machine and join together. Just sew back and forth very tightly. I will show you that in a bit. Place them on top of each other like so, and then sew tightly. Back stitch a couple of times until it's really tight. After that, we are going to let it go in, and then it's time to close the openings we left for the elastic. So we're going to start with this inside one. We're going to close it up. Next, now we're going to close the other space. Now you have three options actually. You can just use hemming gum at that point, or use an invisible stitch, or just sew it down the way that I am going to be doing, and you will see in a minute. Now if you're interested to know how an invisible stitch is done, please leave a comment in the comment section below. I will make a video about it. Thank you. So after sewing that point, that is all on how to make this ruffle bonnet. It's so simple, but it's so cute when you put it on. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video.